has a kind of a unique situation with that we did elect Republicans throughout, with the exception of one office, and yet we passed the highest tax increase ever, 1.3 billion, that was proposed by our governor, even though we voted it down prior to the assembly. And I'm wondering what we can do to unite the party in a way to understand that the people of Nevada voted against tax hikes. And we seem in our leadership to have a lot of very moderate Republicans. And we need to be able to join together, but it's very hard to do.
I feel your pain. You know, here's the thing. That's one of the reasons I got involved. You know, I was disappointed that Republicans voted for the bank bailouts. I was disappointed that Republicans voted to raise taxes. And here's the thing is, I'm all for education. I'm a product of education. I went to public schools, I went to medical school, I became a physician because I was good at school. And I tried hard. But the thing is that throwing more money at education doesn't always work. So for example, we spend more dollars per pupil in DC than any other place in the whole country. And we have one of the worst educational systems there. Second is Baltimore, also really a struggling school district. So it's a little more complicated than just throwing more money at it. And I think in some ways, if your school system's not doing well and not making the right choices, you throw more money at people making the wrong decisions, they make more of the wrong decisions. But I frankly think that while government, particularly state government, has a role in education, I think we need to think about how we're spending it. I'm a big believer that the internet can transform education. And what we've done, though, because our educational system has been so closed to innovation, we've given kids a smartphone and thought that would make them smart, or a smart tablet and thought it would make them smart. I don't think it works that way. But I do think that the internet can do things that we haven't even yet tried that could be extraordinary. Think about it this way. You know, the best football player in the world, elite athletes that we watch on television. Why don't we have something like that as far as education goes? If you're the best teacher of calculus in the world, maybe you should teach everybody in America. Maybe you should give an hour lecture and it would be beamed through the internet to everybody. We have something we've never had before that should allow us to have an explosion of progress in education. You still have a local teacher. But the thing is maybe you live in a tiny little town, there is no calculus teacher, but you're a really smart kid, and you might be the next NASA engineer. You might be the next person with a great invention. Maybe there's somebody who teaches at MIT in Boston that it's beamed to Texas or Nevada or California. Or maybe the teacher's here and it's being beamed the other way. But you would find these elite and extraordinary teachers, and I think we could explode. Think of the cost too. Cost goes way down because one lecture can be beamed essentially for free across the whole country. That's an innovation that's being held back, mainly because you have you know, the stultifying nature of union politics that really doesn't allow innovation to occur. But you also have innovation that's run from the top down. So for every teacher, you got 4 bureaucrats in Washington that you're paying the salary of too. We spend nearly $100 billion on the Department of Education, and I don't think scores are any better than they were when we had no Department of Education. So I'd get rid of the whole thing. I'd save $100 billion. I'd have some more money to pay for your teachers here. I would judge your teachers here. I would empower your teachers, give them more power in the classroom. But I'd get rid of a whole host of bureaucrats in between you and between the teacher and education.